When we think of Louisville, Kentucky, it conjures up images of blue grass, big hats, mint juleps, and the pounding hooves of some of the greatest four-legged athletes in the world running in the Kentucky Derby. But Louisville is also home to one of the greatest two-legged athletes to ever live, Muhammad Ali, the self-proclaimed greatest of all time. He was born Cassius Marcellus Clay in Louisville in 1942, and he rose from those humble beginnings to become perhaps the most recognizable person on earth. Ali's stellar career included being the first boxer to win the heavyweight championship 3 times. He defeated almost every top heavyweight during his era.
This was a young man who really believed in himself and believed in what he could achieve. And that carried him through into today. You know, even in the ring, Muhammad always had a belief that he was going to overcome his opponent and win the bout. And that has guided his life as well, which is a great model for children to emulate as well.
His charm and wit changed forever what the public expected a champion to be. But there was always far more to Muhammad Ali than what took place in the boxing ring. Ali's confidence, conviction, and giving spirit have empowered and inspired literally millions of people around the globe, regardless of one's ethnicity, age, religion, sex, or geographic borders.
Muhammad always said that the ring was his vehicle to do his work after the ring, to do his humanitarian work, to do the work that God really put him here on earth to do. And Muhammad has probably been a humanitarian most of his life in, just small gestures and small ways. But when he got out of the ring, he had more time to dedicate to that role. He just has this way of uplifting people and uplifting the spirit. And every opportunity he takes to do that, he realizes that for those God has given much, much is expected. And that's just the way he lives his life.
This kind of spirit is not one to be broken or bottled, but to be preserved and ignited within the hearts and minds of humanity. Muhammad's dream to create an international center that would use his life story to motivate others to achieving personal greatness and to carry on his life's work is being realized through the Muhammad Ali Center.
We use this facility in a way that the family and that the supporters of the building wanted it to be used, which is a place where people can engage in his transition in his life, but also a place where they can get a message and they can learn.
This is a very dynamic place. We didn't want this to be a shrine to Muhammad. We didn't want it to just house his memorabilia. We wanted it to be active, to be ongoing, to serve others. And people who walk through these doors. And I always had this idea that everyone who walked through the front doors would leave a different person. And I think we have achieved that mission.
It's certainly not a place of artifacts and old treasures and buried mummies. It is, yes, it is a tribute to the man, of course it is, but it is more. It is a living, breathing, teaching, empowering, activating entity that is continuing to grow and continuing to spread the message of Ali and the spirit of Ali.
The Museum and Education Center, which opened in Louisville in 2005, was founded by Muhammad and his wife Lonnie. It brings to life Ali's journey and preserves his legacy through its exhibits, programming, and global initiatives. In the spirit of Muhammad himself, the center inspires both children and adults to form new commitments in their lives in areas of personal growth, integrity, and respect for others. And it gives them the platform and resources to make these commitments happen.
Muhammad's legacy means many things to many people. When we were building the center and designing the exhibits and the content and what we wanted to do with it, in sharing that legacy with others, the canvas of Muhammad's life was so large, that legacy was so big, it was really hard to sort of fine-tune it and distill it down to the 6 pillars that we now have upstairs as exhibits.
The Ali Center's 2.5 levels of award-winning exhibits are motivating, moving, and historically significant. Yet the larger impact and goals of the Ali Center reach beyond its physical walls and go beyond the journey of one man's life. It challenges all of us to dream all things are possible, to believe in positive thinking, achieve your highest potential, and finding greatness in every aspect of your life.
when Muhammad believes in something, regardless of what others say to him, and they can be the closest people to him, he will do what he believes in his heart to be right. And I don't think it's ever steered him wrong. He's paid a great price for some of his convictions, but I think history has borne him out to be correct on most of them.
Muhammad and Lonnie Ali chose their hometown of Louisville as the site for the Ali Center because they believed that it would truly close the circle of Muhammad's life. The international headquarters location would put Louisville on the map as the city where Ali's life began and as the place where his legacy would be promoted and shared with the rest of the world.
This center has really created an outreach throughout this community and throughout the region to adults and youth alike to understand the principles that Muhammad Ali lived and lives by. What those principles are all about that were a part of the chemistry of the champ throughout his life. And that's what this facility has the wherewithal to do through its exhibits and also through the presentations that are made here from time to time by those who come to visit.
The center is hands-on. Most places you go to, you can't touch things. And young people are very visual, and so they're able to touch, to experiment, to watch video. And I think that makes them much more connected to his life when realistically, when he was heavyweight champion of the world, they weren't even born yet.
The on-site visitor experience incorporates as organizing elements 6 prevailing ideals or core values of Ali's life which he embraced: respect, confidence, conviction, dedication, giving, and spirituality. These theme-based pavilions all feature dramatic media presentations and interactive exhibits that help illustrate the hows of Ali's life, how he found the courage, the dedication, and the discipline to become who he is today, how he found the conviction to stand up for what he believed, and how he turned his passion for excellence in the ring to a passion for peace on the world stage.
When you leave the facility after having the experience, there's sort of an energy that swells up inside you that says, you know, I now have a personal responsibility to meet these specific items, these character traits that the champ has set forth for me and is imbued in me as a part of this experience, a belief that I can be better, I can do more, and ultimately I can be a better person, which if all of us were that way, we'd have a better world.
Muhammad has said that he would like to be remembered as a black man who won the heavyweight title and who was humorous, treated everyone right, never looked down on those who looked up to him, and helped as many people as he could in their fight for freedom, justice, equality, and love for humanity. Like Muhammad Ali himself, the Ali Center focuses on what brings individuals together, not what sets them apart. Ultimately, the Muhammad Ali Center's goal is to make a profoundly significant contribution to the global society. If you are interested in supporting the Ali Center's mission to help carry on Muhammad's legacy and continue his life's work, contact the center or visit alicenter.org.